WBN says, I cannot lie. I was definitely on that train when they lost Tyreek Hill. Mahomes humbled my ass. So listen, and you've been watching the Man Hour here probably, I don't know, probably 9 months now or so, off and on. When the Kansas City Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, I sat right here. Combs sat over to the right of my screen here. And Combs was like, oh, the Kansas City Chiefs are done, yada, yada, yada. I sat here and I said, the Kansas City Chiefs got better by losing Tyreek Hill. Let me explain. When I said the Kansas City Chiefs got better by losing Tyreek Hill, meaning trading him away, watch that last season of Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was trying to force feed the ball to Tyreek Hill over and over and over again. There were many times when the underneath routes were wide open and Patrick Mahomes wanted to take the deep shot to Tyreek Hill even though he was double covered. They were trying to force feed Tyreek Hill the ball, I think, to basically say, hey, Brett Veach, Andy Reid, look, Tyreek Hill had this amazing statistical season. We need him on our team because everybody knew that Tyreek Hill was going to get a massive deal from either from the Chiefs or Jets or whoever, right? He was going to get that massive deal. But I said losing Tyreek Hill makes them more dangerous because now you don't know who the number one receiver is. Is it going to be Sky Moore because they just drafted him? Is it going to be Travis Kelce? Is it going to be a Watson? Is it going to be Juju? You don't know who is going to get the ball. And exactly what happened. They won the Super Bowl. Now, even a blind squirrel finds a nut, right? But I think losing Tyreek Hill made Patrick Mahomes better. He was relying so much on Tyreek Hill's quickness. Just the pure quickness of Tyreek Hill, he was relying on that. I got a strong arm. I could just throw it and let him go get it, and it was biting him in the ass in 2020. It was biting him in the ass. John got a nice long comment here, but he says, when Lamar Jackson decides not to run the ball and decides to throw it, then he stops himself. Another very true statement. You are on a roll. Lamar can have people vote him as many MVPs as they can, but they can't vote him into a Lombardi. He will never win a Lombardi. Watch. I actually said this in a comment to somebody earlier. It is the quarterback madness battle, which I need to put up the final four here, right? I believe it was, I think it's Lamar Jackson versus Jared Goff, if I'm not mistaken. No. It's Lamar Jackson versus Matthew Stafford. And it may have been John, right? And he said, I'm going to go with the man that is last man standing always, and that's Matthew Stafford. And the truth of the matter is like, this is the one thing that I have said behind the keyboard, not necessarily in person. Like, this is what is problems with Lamar Jackson and his fan base in general, is they are satisfied. They are happy with winning MVPs. They are happy with winning regular season awards. They are happy winning 12 games a season. When it push comes to shove, they're happy doing that and they're satisfied. They're not. They're like, Super Bowl, it is what it is. I'm not saying that is all Ravens fans. I'm saying that's Lamar Jackson fans. The Lamar Jackson lovers out there, they're happy with MVPs. They're happy with the 12, 13 wins a season. When I say a Lamar Jackson lover, I'm saying if Lamar Jackson were to go to a rival team, let's say the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're now going to become Pittsburgh Steelers fans. They are Lamar Jackson fans, right? Those people are just satisfied with just being MVP level. Paul Aker says, Raiders ain't winning that division. Speak, Paul. Preach, brother. Preach, my man. Guys, there's a lot of comments I'm not going to get to today, unfortunately. John says, you sniffing glue? And then John also says, y'all see OBJ in Miami. I also did hear that Miami offered him a contract to Odell Beckham Jr. Does Miami to Odell Beckham Jr. make sense to me? Absolutely not. Jalen Waddle isn't getting the ball enough as is. Then you add another mouth to feed on like OBJ. Now, OBJ needs to go somewhere that he is going to be used and abused as a number 2. I don't want him in Kansas City. He needs to probably go to he would be great in Vegas, right? You team up a Devontae Adams and then Odell Beckham Jr. being that solid number 2, take that Hunter Renfrow role.